Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download at www.audibletrial.com/comedy podcast network. Over 100,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player.
Everybody, and welcome to another sports podcast. I am Joel Anderson.
I'm Jordan Pomaville.
And joining us, as always, is the sports outsider, Phil Ranta.
So whispery, so mysterious.
It's because you are, Phil. We still don't know why you're here.
Yeah, what do I do? Why am I on a sports
What do you
podcast?
contribute?
Nothing.
Yes, we know.
I'm just here to be like, I don't watch sports. Bleh. I'm better than everyone. No, I'm not.
No.
I'm just a person.
Just a person on a
Screw
podcast.
me, man.
In fairness, you do own the equipment that we record on in the apartment we record in.
Don't take down the veil now.
I was going to say, do not look at the man behind the curtain.
Yeah.
That man behind the curtain, everyone, is the sports outsider.
Hey,
Phil
I'm still a
Ranta.
comedian. I add that to the podcast.
That's true.
I would
There
like to
you go.
think you're standing in for the everyman who does not like sports. Who does
Right.
not
So in
follow
other words,
sports.
the every woman.
Yes, exactly.
I stand in for the every woman.
Yeah.
That
but
was
like
really-
a woman comedian.
Right.
Yes.
Like Lisa Lampanelli.
Yes.
Black people.
No, exactly
Chinese
like
people.
Lisa
Yep.
Yeah.
Mongolians.
She loves to rip on
I
Mongolians.
know, it's getting ridiculous at this point.
Yeah.
Well, what do we have on the docket?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Joel.
Yeah.
Because it's NFL time.
Woo!
Are you ready for some football?
And
I'm not.
Do you know what that means, Phil?
What?
Time for the Tim Tebow Update Watch Update.
Dun dun dun. Tim Tebow. Update. Watch update. T-Bone.
Tim Tebow, Week 1.
All right. What sort of miraculous comeback did he engineer this time?
Statistics. No passes attempted. 5 carries for 11 yards. 2.2 yards per carry. Long, 4 yards.
Oh.
So that does.
That's
that,
it? And
that's not spectacular.
Oh, he's no longer a starting quarterback. We should have updated that before giving the stats. You got the Sanchez in New York.
Yeah,
I
gonna
thought
be
that he
honest,
was a
we
big
were
deal.
we were maybe on cruise control between seasons. We've already penciled in the Tim Tebow update watch update for every single NFL week.
Really should have looked into that.
Yeah, really should have looked into that.
Switched teams. His position his role is diminished.
I'm still interested in what he's up to. Why not? He's still a man.
Prayer. He's praying that Mark Sanchez suffers a
That's not a very
career-ending-
Christian thing to pray for.
I don't think he's praying ill will. I think he's praying that he somehow will become better than Mark Sanchez, which if in terms of it actually happening, that might be the only way is through God intervention.
that said,
because I don't think Tim Tebow.
If there's a quarterback in this league that Tim Tebow can leapfrog on the depth chart, it might very well be Mark Sanchez. Not the strongest quarterback in the NFL right now.
Yeah, but that hair. He's so really good
What
hair.
is his
Phil.
hair? Describe.
it's
I
just-
haven't seen Mark Sanchez.
Oh, he's like a Pert Plus commercial. He has like medium,
great hair, no
medium
fuss.
long hair. Yeah, not like long, but like medium, but kind of long.
Yeah. So
Mark
he's
Sanchez looks like the star quarterback / surfer from every Southern California high school you can imagine.
He also
Ooh.
played for USC.
yeah.
Oh.
So-
Your cousin probably.
yeah,
might
my
be
cousin might know him. Yeah, he goes to USC.
Yeah,
Was he on the podcast recently?
he was Randy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that must have been when I was in the bathroom.
Yeah, exactly. He also he did, despite us telling him not to, he did mention. Never mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
I won't mind then.
Yeah,
Never will I mind.
You might get a call from your parents, is all.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Ozzie Guillen, back on Twitter.
Back on Twitter, thank God.
You know why?
A sigh of relief from from
He hadn't tweeted all year.
yeah.
Why now? Ozzie says, "I'm bored."
That was his first tweet back?
He's the manager of his first tweet back was, "I am," all one word, period, "back," period. That was his first tweet back.
Oh, well, that's very descriptive of what happened.
Yeah.
He's manager of the last place Miami Marlins. So he's
Eee.
excited to get back tweeting, and he says in a couple weeks, he goes, you wait 2 weeks. I'm going to be hanging out watching baseball. I'm going to have some really exciting tweets. Now, the baseball season lasts another 3 weeks. So I'm excited for when Ozzie Guillen stops showing up to games as manager, is just on the couch at home tweeting away.
Yeah.
It's better
all
for me.
All sorts of wonderful things. There's going to be all sorts of new primetime television for him to tweet about.
Oh, yeah. Problem is, well, not a problem. For me, is I tried to read a lot of them today. I do not read Spanish.
Does he tweet mostly in Spanish?
Mostly in Spanish. So here's the thing. He probably has a bunch of inflammatory things that I can't even comment on.
Google Translator will take care of that. You just copy and paste
but
it
he
in
uses
Google Translator.
slang. So it'll be like the you know, like when you put I am all one word period back. What would that have translated?
Siri would know. Siri knows everything. Siri knows all.
That's
Siri.
Do you talk to your Siri? You have an iPhone.
I do not have the version that has Siri. I've got an old iPhone.
iPhone 5 is coming out, guys.
Yeah, there's news that I can jump in on.
Yeah. It's gonna be a big deal.
There's going to be probably more sports on iPhone 5, right, Phil?
Yeah,
You'll be able to access
Stitcher.com, sports podcast.
That is, yes, one thing you could get on your iPhone 5. You could also probably download all sorts of, like, scores, Phil.
Yeah, new YouTube application just launched on the iPhone.
Holy shit, a new YouTube application.
Yeah. Yep.
I gotta watch that video. A coworker sent me and said, hey, you should watch this video, but I was busy at the time.
Did you see what the dog was doing in that video?
No.
So cute.
He's riding a lawnmower.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jordan, stop sweating.
I'm a content junkie. I don't know if I told you guys that.
Yeah, I think you have mentioned that.
I really need content.
Well,
Get
we're
one of those
making
iPhone
content
5.
right now.
What?
Yeah.
I've
You're
always
part of
been
the
a
machine.
Consumer of content. I did never think I'd be a producer of content.
Well,
Been
you
doing
might
this
be
podcast
someday.
For quite some time, Jordan.
I don't know if this qualifies as content.
Yeah, I was gonna say. As a content junkie, this is not China White.
Right.
If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, racist.
You're a Monday.
Oh, jeez.
Whoa, guys, whoa.
All right.
Whoa, we do not want to get in trouble with the FCC again, okay?
But seriously, it's football season.
It is, and if you feel it in your bones. It makes
Oh,
you
it's
happy.
exciting.
Stop touching Jordan's bones.
Those are my football bones. Those are meant for touching this time of year.
Yep.
I liked it better when
Everyone
I
at
was making
home,
noises.
I have been touching Jordan's football bone.
Okay, also on the show today, we have a NFL preview.
Oh,
with
a preview.
with an NFL analyst.
Ooh.
No, this is a guy you booked, so stop saying ooh, Joel.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I'm allowed to say ooh. I don't know who
yeah.
this
Learn me.
It's Jim Trippett.
Jim Trippett.
you
Jim
Trippett?
No,
yeah,
he played
is.
football.
He'd be
He
Trippett.
did. He was a long snapper
Okay.
for the Los Angeles and then the St. Louis Rams for about 14 seasons.
Okay.
And now he's general NFL analyst, so we're going to get his opinion and his picks.
Oh, this is
for the
great. I
season,
love
yeah.
I love former players coming in with the commentary because they
Yeah.
give an edge. They give an angle that we wouldn't have.
Absolutely, and I think Trippett's got an insight in the game that I think a lot of people find interesting. So
Excellent.
Yes,
Also,
I will find it interesting.
even the everyman.
yeah,
Every woman.
the every woman over here is going to really love Jim Trippett.
I don't know about that. I'm not very excited.
Well,
I might treat him poorly like I do with every other guest.
Phil, don't do that.
I can't help
You're
myself.
so rude to some of the guests. I
That's
must
because
say.
a lot of the guests sass me.
I feel like this is
I'm gonna
this
be
all
honest,
goes back to the
I
green
think we
room.
should go back and listen to some of these interviews. I don't think they sass you, Phil.
Yeah.
I think you aggressively
No, they be
engage.
Trippett.
You're already making fun of his name. He's not even on the show yet.
I know. I'm so
He's a
excited to use
big
that
guy, Phil. He's a former long snapper, which means he's like 6'5". He weighs like
one. You
300.
do realize that long
pounds.
snapper sounds like a character from a fairy tale.
I was thinking it sounds like a fish, but no, it's a position on a football team.
All right.
You're the guy who comes in only to snap the ball.
Whoa,
on
whoa!
field goals
Let's
and punts.
save it for Jim.
I'll be
Okay,
nice.
he's
We'll
gonna
let
Jim explain
know
it.
exactly.
I'll be nice until he sasses me. And then I won't be
All
nice
right,
anymore.
just- all right,
All right,
we'll
we're
see how it
also
goes.
going to talk some college football. Got a couple of weekends of college
yeah.
football in the books.
Damn kids.
Yeah, there's a bunch of amateurs out there.
Yeah.
And Phil, do we have a weird sport?
You're goddamn right we do.
Yeah,
All right, let's get it started.
Yeah.
and we're off.
All right, Phil,
Yes.
be cool.
I'm trying.
We
trying.
have a guest in the studio now.
I know. He's sitting across from me. I'm being very cordial. I'm nodding at him.
Hey there.
Hello.
Was it Phil?
Yes.
Pleasure to meet you, Phil.
Hi. It's good to meet you too.
It's Jordan.
All right, we
good to meet you,
exchanged
Jim.
Nice to meet you,
We
Jordan.
exchanged a handshake. I'm being nice.
So Jim Trippett
That
You
is
be
correct.
Trippett.
Okay, I'd really prefer that you not make fun of my name.
All right. I just needed to get that on my system.
Now-
Man, you
Okay,
Trippett.
all right.
Lifelong long snapper.
Absolutely. 14 seasons. Damn proud of the time I put in.
And it's one of those things where you're probably not, long snapper's not one of the most famous positions because if you're doing it right, the audience should know your name.
Absolutely. One of the most underappreciated positions on the football field. Now, you're the outsider guy, right?
Yeah.
What a long snapper does is he snaps the ball to he snaps it when you have to snap it a long way.
I'm an outsider. I'm not a moron.
Like on a field goal or a punt.
You're sassing me right now.
No, he is
You're
not
sassing me,
Phil, you're
and I
not
can't
being
hold it in.
sassed.
Do you hear that sass?
I'm
No,
not trying to sass you. I just
plain-spoken.
Man,
I really ask
Phil.
that you not.
Okay, fine. I'm sorry. Go on, Trippett.
Anyway, I just think that a lot of people tend to overlook the position. They think, oh, it's just some walk-on you tack on there at the end. But no, long snapper, pretty important to a successful football
Well, especially at the
Yeah.
pro level. You're not going to have some
Oh,
walk-on
absolutely.
and you just
No.
coming out of nowhere.
You just
No.
throw the ball through your legs, like when girls go bowling and they want to be funny and they push the ball through their legs
It's
from
not.
behind.
team. Yes, but much more accurately than that.
Sure, I've seen a girl get a strike doing that.
Yeah, but that was luck.
Okay.
It is not luck what those long snappers do out there.
No, I believe you. I'm not sassing.
And briefly, how would you? I mean, obviously short versus long, but how would you differentiate yourself from just the center, the guy who's snapping it most times?
Well, the center, he has to understand a lot of the different blocking packages. He's got to read the blitzes. He's got to call out the blocking assignments, the other guys in the line. Whereas I just really hone in and specifically focus on accurately snapping the ball in situations where it needs to be snapped a long ways.
But accurately.
Yes, it has to be accurate.
So you learned how to do one thing: throw the ball through your legs. And
But
that's
very,
he's
very
a foul.
well. Let me tell you something. You have a shoddy long snapper on your team, you
Yeah.
can miss upwards of 1 or 2 field goals or extra points over the course of the season.
Oh, my uncle died because he had a shoddy long snapper.
All right, Phil,
What?
knock it off.
Sorry.
All right, we're gonna actually go through and get your analysis analysis of
Absolutely.
some NFL teams here.
All right, let's do this.
All right. First of all, NFC East. What are you thinking?
NFC East, let me see. So far, I think the Redskins are going to run away with that division.
Oh, RG3, Robert Griffith III, right?
Yeah, a lot of people are excited. Quite frankly, rookie quarterback. We'll see how it pans out.
Okay.
But that is not what I think is the particular strength of that team.
Well, if it's not that, what is it?
One William Bill Majeski.
You can just call him Bill, I'm sure.
Bill Majeski. Billy Majeski, one of the better long snappers in the NFL.
Oh.
That man rarely misses.
Well,
I think that he's the one who is going to carry that team right to the NFC title.
All he does is throw the ball through the legs, though. That's not something
Very
that can...
accurately.
And
But
for a rookie quarterback, he's going to need that. I
Yeah.
guess
Don't
probably
defend
RG3
this.
isn't holding
Well,
that.
in fairness, he's not actually going to do any of the snapping to the quarterback. It's just to, but with the rookie quarterback, you can't afford mistakes elsewhere, like in your kicking game.
Right.
All right, all
exactly.
right.
Special teams, very important.
NFC North. Who do you like?
NFC North, I got to be honest with you, I think the Vikings are going to run away with that division.
The Vikings.
I realize they are significantly inferior to the other teams in the division at quarterback,
Yes.
receiver, offensive line, many of the traditional, flashy skill positions.
Right.
But one James Kirkland, Jimmy Kirkland, one of the best long snappers in the entire
yeah.
NFL.
I saw that
The
one
man
coming.
is a dream. He throws a majestic spiral between his legs that travels 6 or 7 yards to that. I mean, he hits his target dead on every time. You're never going to see the holder having to bring his hands up and bring that ball down. No, boom, it's right there.
My uncle died because he had a majestic long snap between his legs.
Come on, Phil.
What?
Come on.
It's true.
We have a guest.
Okay.
Okay, Minnesota, whatever. I would disagree with that. NFC South, Tampa Bay, Atlanta, New Orleans, Carolina. Who do you like?
I like Tampa Bay.
Another curious pick. Tampa Bay didn't do well last year.
Danny O'Hara
He's
is a
long
fine long snapper.
Yeah, I know. I see where the
Really on top of his game.
I've caught
okay?
on to this, Jordan. I think he's picking based on the strength of the long
No,
snapper.
I'm
Wait a minute.
taking a look at the entire
There's
team.
more people on the team than a long snapper.
That's true, and I'm weighting all of them. I'm just my particular method of picking who's going to win is based more on a position like long snapper, one that the other NFL analysts have long overlooked.
Jordan, this guy is Trippett.
Well, no, here's the thing. The NFC right now is a stronger division in terms of long snappers.
Way stronger in terms of long snappers.
Are you really?
Let's just shift over to the AFC real quick. AFC East, gotta like the Patriots, right?
No.
Pats
are terrible this year. Pats are going down. I picked the Pats maybe to win 6 games.
6 games?
That's un-American.
Phil Nitkowski couldn't hit the broadside of a barn with a long snap.
Oh, come on.
And
Come on.
He's just winging it out there. It was a real...
That's all you have to do. Just wing it out there.
No, it's got to be accurate. It's got to be accurate, Phil.
No. I don't buy this. I don't buy this thesis.
AFC East, I'll tell you who's going to win the AFC East.
Who's going to win the
Miami
AFC?
Dolphins.
Miami Dolphins are terrible.
How's their
No,
long snapper, though? Is it a good long snapper?
He's positively fantastic.
Oh, come on.
But here's the thing.
Clive Owens, the name of the long snapper.
Clive Owen, like the actor Clive Owen.
No,
Oh,
the actor Clive Owens obviously is not going to be able to effectively snap the ball in the NFL.
I would put him on the team, and I don't
Clive
think the
Owens
team would
wouldn't
do any
even be
different.
able to snap it to a guy who's right under center, let alone snap it 7 yards
snap
behind
it
him.
7 yards.
You're getting sassy with the guest.
I can't help it. The long snapper's not that important. I don't even follow football, and I know
Okay,
it's not
all right,
that
listen,
important.
maybe when you play 14 seasons in the NFL, you can come talk to me about who's important to a football team. But you know what? I was there. I know. And let me tell you something. My mentor, Louis Long Snapper Loggins, all right, the finest long snapper.
Who did he play for?
The Los
man, you're
Angeles
tearing
Rams.
up a little bit.
I am tearing up a little bit because that man taught me a lot of great things, okay? He provided me with the career that I had. I made a solid $15,000 a year
for
all the years that I was in the NFL.
Oh, man.
And it was because of Louis Long Snapper Loggins and that
Does he
guy.
really need the nickname long snapper if he is a long snapper? It seems redundant. It's like, hey, I'm a long snapper, and my nickname is long snapper.
Okay, I gave him that nickname.
Oh. Well, it's a good thing you long snap better than you come up with nicknames.
All right, I'm beginning to think that you're the one snassing me here.
You know.
No, I don't mean to sass. It's just I felt like you sassed me at first. We got off on the wrong foot.
I felt like I was nothing but cordial.
Oh.
Real quick, Jim. Live with Kelly and Michael Strahan. What do you think?
Michael Strahan's taking over for Kelly?
No. He's taking
No,
over for Regis.
Oh,
Kelly's
for Regis.
Yeah, let's
Oh.
switch it from sports for a second.
All right. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know how Strahan's going to do. Very personal guy.
Right.
Very charismatic.
Right.
But I saw him goofing around in practice one time trying to long snap it.
Oh, come on.
He couldn't
Not
do
everybody's
it. He
To
threw
host a
one
show?
over the head of the guy holding it, all right?
You don't really need to
The skills applicable to
This
long
one makes
snapping.
the most sense. I have to admit, I think that I'm so good at podcasting because I'm such a good long snapper.
I think
Are you are you a good long snapper?
Do you want to go have a long snap?
Yeah, let's do this.
Oh.
I want to see. You've been talking a big game here.
All right.
I want to see if you could back it up. Here's a ball right now. You go ahead and do it. Let's see how you long snap.
All right, here we go. Hut, do it.
Oh my God, that was beautiful.
I caught
Yeah.
it right at my chest.
Yeah, now who's Trippett?
And that was a solid 15 yards. That was like a punt.
Yeah. You bring it on.
You know what? I'm backing down. If I did sass you, I'm sorry, Phil. That was a fine snap.
Didn't mean to sass you either. It's much harder to long snap.
Hey,
than
no,
thought
and
it was.
I didn't mean to snap at you before.
No, I realize now how difficult it is to long snap, and I felt 14 years of pain in that single long snap. and I
I'd
apologize.
still be doing it today if I hadn't blown out my shoulder.
Man, maybe I was the one that was Trippett.
And now it's time for
College football.
All right, let's talk some college football.
Woo!
Yeah.
New season, exciting.
New season.
Yeah, just like a new season of Whitney on NBC. I got paid for that.
Oh God, that's coming up, isn't it?
I just got paid for that.
Okay, are you with the podcast? I assume made some
No, I made money personally. I did a side deal.
What is the college football
With Whitney?
equivalent?
Yeah,
of
with Whitney.
Whitney.
With Whitney Cummings.
I think it's like Clemson.
I think you're giving her two. I was going to
Yeah,
say Indiana.
No, but see, it's
You have
gotta
a
be,
great time going there.
It's
Yeah.
gotta be super overhyped.
I
is the
see her
thing.
as a Kauai community college. Like, the packaging looks great. You're like, I get to go to college in Hawaii, but then you realize you don't get an education out of it.
Wow, someone has a vendetta. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kauai Community College. Anyway, let's talk some.
Someone in Hawaii right now has just flung their can of spam
like,
into
"What
their
the fuck,
surfboard
brother?"
collection in anger. Going,
Hey,
"What the
we no longer talk story.
bullshit.
All right. Big East is contracting and then expanding, not unlike cold air and hot air, one after the other.
Yeah.
You got West Virginia piecing out to the Big 12. You got Pittsburgh and Syracuse next year going to the ACC for
Those sound like almost
greener
all of
pastures.
Yeah. Question mark?
But they're adding some more teams. San Diego State will be in the Big East.
That makes sense.
Boise
because it's the Big
State,
East.
University of Houston,
Boise State isn't nearly as far away
and
as San Diego
Southern
State.
Methodist University.
SMU's in like Dallas. All of these are eastern places.
No, they're not.
However, despite geographical inaccuracies, it now spans 4 time zones, the Big East. They're keeping the name Big East.
That's as many time zones as we have in this country. Oh, wait. No, there's like Alaska and Hawaii.
Again, Hawaii. Lay off,
Hawaii
guys.
Community College. Yay, brother, I'm angry.
But basically, the conference commissioner, Mike Araseko, goes, the reason why they're not changing it is there's tremendous brand equity built up in the Big East name.
You know what? I really got to agree with them. There is a lot of brand equity. I mean,
What? How
no,
so?
When you hear Big East, like that's a name that rings. Okay, that's a name that means something. When you sit down to watch a game of Big East football, you know what you're in store for.
You know what they should change?
Lousy
the conference?
football.
Yeah.
They
Lousy,
should change the
lousy
conference
football.
name to Harry Potter. Nobody's using it anymore. Books are done. Movies done. Great brand equity. Change the conference name to Harry Potter.
But again, I'm telling you, Big East says we are going to beat up on each other all year until we're totally exposed in bowl games, and we're going to continue recruiting people who are supposed to be top tier talent, only to totally underwhelm everyone in the national scale. I mean, it means a lot of things to a lot of people.
Well, see, I think that's not great brand equity because Forbes actually had a list of brand equity, and Big East was down near the bottom. It was
Really?
Goldman Sachs, British
Oops.
Petroleum, Borders Bookstores,
None of these are doing well.
the Big
No.
East,
Okay.
the XFL,
Oh.
Yee.
the Confederate States of America,
Whoa.
and the Ted Kaczynski's alias, the Unabomber,
Oh.
in the
Oh,
same area of
jeez.
brand equity.
I'm going to
well
have to
known.
argue that actually the Confederate States of America should be ahead of the Big East.
They should just change the conference name to XFL. It sounds better
Yeah.
anyways.
the now defunct XFL.
Yeah.
It's not a bad.
Vince
well,
McMahon.
They also considered the ACC Instructional League as another
Yeah, it's not bad.
title for that.
You gotta grind away in the Big East before you can have the honor of moving up to the ACC.
A halfway house for rising programs.
Yeah.
BCS conference in name only.
Yep.
Basketball season. I don't know why that was a conference pitch.
Yeah.
And Boise State deserves better.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Also, the other thing they're doing is they have a new logo. The Big
Ooh.
East.
Rebrand.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's a collage. It's a guy missing a tackle, a coach leaving for a better opportunity, and a leprechaun with the suffix ish. So that's picking on the Big East. I'm trying to get Hawaii back.
I'm trying to
There we
picture.
go.
I'm trying to picture like the NBA logo with the coach leaving for a better opportunity.
Yeah. I
Peacing
imagine
out.
that he's just going down one of those endless hallways, one of those perspective shots that hit to a point,
Yeah.
and just the coach sadly walking with his head down.
I was thinking like he has dollar signs in his eyes and like his arms are outstretched like he's about to run.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, lot of lousy Big Ten coaches have come from the Big East.
Absolutely,
There you go.
absolutely.
Long history of bad Big Ten coaches.
All right. We got anything else we want to say about the Big East? I think I'm done picking on
Yeah,
it.
they should change the name to the Big Easy. Great brand equity. It makes you think of margaritas.
I think they should change the name to the Big Lower 48 States because they're really going to be hitting all 4 corners at this point, right? They got Boise State and Idaho. They got San Diego. They got something. They got something in New England, right?
Yeah, UConn,
and then there's a team in Florida, isn't there?
Yeah, two
teams in
South
Florida.
and Central
They
Florida.
should change their name to Big America.
So if
How great
you
does
were
that
going,
sound?
if you were going to create a rectangle for each conference that was made out of the most Northwest, Southwest, Northeast, and Southeast team, I think you would be hard pressed to find one that would contain more area than the one that the Big East will contain
What?
once they've added these
Math
teams.
nerd.
I like that. I would go with something a little more ominous, for branding. I would like the contiguous. Don't say 48, just
Right.
the contiguous.
What about jet lag?
These poor kids. That'll jet lag is show an airplane, just kids like hung heads.
Yeah.
This is really what's getting lost in this too. And in all seriousness, like you're like a 21-year-old kid. You're hypothetically supposed to be studying.
Yeah.
If you're in the Big East, your NFL prospects are basically nigh.
Not good.
Not good. And they're gonna make you like fly across country like twice. Like you're missing classes. You gotta sleep
To play San Diego State.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even like you're flying across the country to play Alabama or
USC.
Yeah.
Or a team that would be worth doing that for. San Diego State. Oh well.
Big East. A waste of time.
That's sad.
Only place that sucks more is Kauai Community College.
Hey, brother.
Those mother.
For you, the listeners of Sports Podcast, Audible is offering a free audiobook download with a free 30-day trial to give you the opportunity to check out their service. I personally recommend a wonderful book called The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. Joel saw the movie. He said that it was okay. To download your free audiobook today, go to audibletrial.com/comedy podcast network. Again, that's audibletrial.com/comedy podcast network for your free audiobook. And now it's time for another Weird Sports! Weird Sports.
Lay it on us.
Yeah, what do you got this week?
This week's Weird Sport, the caber toss.
Oh, I've heard the caber toss.
Yeah, Jordan, you can't say no to this one. People have heard of the caber toss.
What's the caber? That's
No.
not even a thing.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
this
this is
one's-
totally a thing.
What's a caber?
It's
Okay.
it's a.
I'm gonna.
You go ahead.
Joel, come on. Whose segment is this?
It's your segment. I'm sorry.
Thank you. All right, the
Incidentally,
caber toss.
earlier
Is it a type
Jim
of fruit?
Trippett was walking out.
It's not a piece of fruit, Jordan.
Can you fit it in a bread box?
No, we're not playing 20 questions.
It's a caber.
Okay,
Is
what?
it a person?
No, you know what it is, Joel.
Will it? If you touch it, will it scrape you?
Yes.
Ah.
But we're not playing 20 questions. All right, the caber toss is a traditional Scottish athletic event practiced at the Scottish Highland Games. Yeah.
Okay.
I was expecting a question after that, and I don't know why.
Say, Phil.
Yeah.
These Scottish games, where are they held?
Scotland.
Okay.
Are they bigger than a bread basket?
Okay, shut up. It involves tossing a large wooden pole called a caber.
Oh, I liked it better
Huge.
when they called it javelin.
Bam.
basically-
This
it's like
one is
a-
larger.
It's like a telephone pole.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
It's not quite
No.
that big, but it's
Well,
approaching
You cannot
that size.
toss a telephone pole.
It's how large are they?
Oh, well, I'm going to get there. It's
right.
said to have developed from the need to toss logs across narrow chasms to cross them. That's right. People were throwing logs, y'all, across chasms in Scotland.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that's where we were going.
That's pretty awesome, huh? They're
That's-
like, we can't cross this bridge. Chop down the tree and throw the log across it.
Where do we go? There's a
Got
chasm
across
in the way.
log. Right?
Yeah.
Scottish.
Scotland.
All right, a caber.
Freedom.
A caber is typically 19 feet and 6 inches tall and weighs 175 pounds. It's made from the larch tree.
Larch tree.
Larch, Larch. Larch tree.
So about it's a half foot short of 20 feet.
That sounds about sounds like a telephone pole.
It's like
yeah.
6 inches shorter than my penis.
I knew we were going there.
Bam.
But
I got a piece of wood you can toss. Yeah.
but there's a difference in girth, right?
Yeah, a slight difference.
All right.
Yeah. But still, it's long.
Right. Right.
Still.
Sure.
The person tossing the caber is called, any guesses?
Caber tosser.
The tosser. Yep. Called the tosser. Hence the caber toss. It's the name. Tosser.
Tosser. What a bunch of tossers.
Scoring, right?
Oh,
How does
yeah.
one score this?
How does one score
Can you
this
cross
game?
the chasm?
I think it's number of
Safely.
chasms crossed.
Yeah. No, you don't actually cross chasms. You just throw it. It's part of the Scottish Highland Games.
Scottish.
The object is not the sheer distance of the throw,
Well, I imagine
like it
not.
would be
You-
in the javelin.
If you heave your caber right over the chasm, then you haven't helped
Yeah,
yourself at all.
you're a
Now
strong-
you're short one caber.
Congratulations, you're a strong guy. Ain't crossing that chasm.
Yeah,
right.
You're,
That
you're a
chasm
strong
ain't being
guy on the
crossed.
wrong side of a chasm.
Right. So if it was a chasm, what would be most important?
Accuracy.
Accuracy. That is true.
Speaking
so-
of accuracy, Jim Trippett, I noticed left in a huff. Did you
Oh, I didn't mean to, but he was Trippett.
Did you shit on another one of my guests?
No, we made up at the end.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually kind of everyone learned something.
All right.
It was actually kind of sweet. We're gonna win an audio Emmy for this.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
That's good.
You weren't there though, so you can't
I
accept
missed
the
it.
award.
Yeah. All right. Well, so how do you score caber tossing?
The scoring is based on having the caber fall directly away from the thrower after landing.
Wait,
So to throw in an absolutely straight line. To have it land straight.
how do they throw it?
They grab it by the bottom and go. They like balance it, and then they've got their hands under it.
No.
It's like straight up in the air. They got their hands under the log, and they go. Hurrah!
That's pretty good.
Like it kind of starts tipping forward, and then they push it.
Oh, they use a little thing called gravity, huh?
Yeah, but still, 175 pounds. The fact they can even hold it.
That's
Man.
impressive.
That sounds like an unusually light log for one of that length.
Well,
It's
you know,
a large tree.
It's a large tree.
Yeah.
Not first generation growth.
It's a large. It's not like a birch or an elm or a
Okay.
redwood, Joel. It's not an oak.
It's obviously not a redwood because it's in Scotland, Phil, and they don't grow in Scotland.
Hey, if you want to have a tree off, we'll have a tree off, but now's not the time. It's weird sports time.
Yeah.
All right. A perfect throw ends with the top end nearest to the thrower and the bottom end pointing exactly away.
Oh, so they got to do like a flip.
It's got to flip, y'all. It's got to do a full flip over.
Whoa.
19.6 inches. Flipped. Pretty
That is,
impressive.
okay, and so distance does not factor in here.
Distance does not factor in, no.
So why don't you
Straightness?
just flip it and have it land like a couple feet from you?
You can, but you have to have it flip all the way over, so like you'd have to throw it straight up in the air and risk it coming down on your head. You don't want that.
No.
Fell on your head, everybody loses.
I'm going to be honest with you. This does not sound like a particularly safe way to cross a chasm.
Well, there's probably safer ways.
Like an unsecured log that you flung into place.
Probably get some sort of permits to build a rope bridge, or you know.
But who wants to wait in that line at the DMV to get your
Right.
rope bridge permit?
Especially the Scottish DMV, everyone's drunk and singing songs and wearing kilts.
I don't know why DMV is in charge of ropes in Scotland. It's a weird
It's
thing.
a weird thing, right? It
Well,
seems like
who else
somebody
is
should-
going to be in charge of rope bridge permits?
Yeah.
City
I can't
Hall,
wait until King
Yeah,
Angus gets
give it to them,
overthrown.
right?
the fire
Right.
department.
Bunch of jokers.
What has the government ever done right besides build roads and police stations? And
Well, they're
fire
not
stations?
nailing bridges over chasms.
Not
Yeah,
accurately.
exactly.
Not like a caber. If the throw is not perfect, it is scored by viewing the caber as though it were the hour hand on a clock. A perfect toss is 12. Caber pointing at 11 would yield a better score than one pointing at 10:30, but would be equivalent to a 1 o'clock. Hear what I'm saying?
I do hear what you're saying, but I don't know where's the minute hand in this situation.
No, there is no minute hand.
No, because how do you know it's 10:30 without a minute hand?
Because the hour hand moves a little bit. The hour hand doesn't just flick over at every hour.
No.
Yeah, it moves casually.
No.
It like kind of just walks along as the minute
No.
hand laps it. It's kind of like when you see like the fastest kid in phys ed and the slowest kid in phys ed running a mile, and the slowest kid is just waddling along. The fastest kid just keeps lapping him. The lapping him kid's the minute hand. The fat kid who's just happening along, it's the hour hand.
That is actually the best explanation of a standard face clock that I've ever heard.
I was
should
going to
have
say,
kids.
you should teach a child how to tell time using that.
based on the fat kid and the not fat kid.
I would love to have kids.
That sounds like a bad fable. The fat kid and the not fat kid.
All right, if the caber lands on its end and falls back towards the thrower dies. No. Then the score is lower than for any throw that falls away from the thrower, but will be based upon maximum vertical angle that the caber achieved.
So we're talking. This is you go with your like oomph.
Yeah.
And then the caber goes up, but it doesn't flip and sort of comes back down
Right.
on the end that you
The
left.
furthest it angled up shows your scoring. So you're not going to win the competition if
This
you don't
is
do it. But
a
it's
lot of
definitely-
spatial relations for an
a
audio
lot
podcast.
of angles, right? I feel like a lot of Scottish people are like, do you have your compass?
Hang on. I
got
think
to
I'll
measure
settle
the
this right now,
angle.
guys. I'm just gonna draw a quick diagram of how this works.
Okay.
And I think that perfectly explains it. Anyone at home is confused.
I get it. Yeah.
Oh.
Everyone at home, show it to the microphone.
Yep.
All right.
We'll go ahead and we'll see if we can post that on the website.
Not going to happen. All right. An angle of 87 degrees, for example, is better than 75 degrees for the last thing we were talking about. Scoring depends on accuracy, and the caber did not completely turn once, and it's based on the degree that it rose away from the ground. So, if it goes all the way up to a right angle and then falls back at you, that's the best bad score you can get.
All right. This honestly, after hearing all of this seems like a reasonable sport.
So we're talking
right?
like if you get it all the way around and it lands on the top side, but then comes back towards you instead of going away from you.
Yeah,
that's what you're talking about.
Yep. Then it's based on the angle that it achieved when you tried to flip it over.
Okay.
They don't cover what happens if you flip it over twice, which would be pretty impressive.
I imagine it would be some sort of. You would be a tosser remembered forever.
Oh, Joel, when you die, you will be a tosser.
The legendary tosser of Carrymure.
Tosser in the UK means something very different, Joel.
Does it?
Yeah, it's like a wanker. It's like one who jacks off. I'm bunch of tossers.
I'm admittedly a tosser.
Well, that comes to the end. Another Weird Sports! I just thought
All right, everyone, that brings us to the end of another Sports podcast. Before we go, we'd like to give you our contact information.
You can email us at sportspodcast@gmail.com. That's sportspodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Twitter by searching @sports3podcast. That's @sports3podcast. You can find us on Facebook by searching Sports Podcast, your little top bar. You can find us on Stitcher Radio. Download the Stitcher app today at Stitcher.com and search Sports Podcast. You can find us on iTunes by searching Sports 3 Space Podcast. That's Sports 3, all one word, Space Podcast. And while you're there, leave us a review, leave us a comment, a little 5-star rating. We'd appreciate it. Or you can find all of our back episodes at comedypodcastnetwork.com.
Phil has gotten so good at that.
I know, it's the most athletic thing I think you do.
I know,
on
I'm
a
exhausted.
weekly basis.
Oh, you should see my throat muscles.
Yeah, and we're including when you use defense in that. So,
thanks.
Lights up.
You have received this transmission from the Comedy Podcast Network. For more shows, visit comedypodcastnetwork.com.